Thank you for tuning in to our show, Now You're Talking with Sonia and Joy. This is Sonia Lising-Cahalan, inviting you to listen to our show every Saturday, 6 to 7 p.m. You are in for a good time, lots of laugh and high energy. We will talk about health, hot topics on current events, special guests, a touch of fashion, beauty and fitness, and much more. So please call in and join us. We want to hear from you. Be a part of this show and have a cool blast of fun and entertainment. Please call at 702-731-1230 or toll free 1-866-820-KLAV or live stream at KLAV1230am.com. Brought to you by Youngevity 90 for Life Elite Life Las Vegas team. Good evening, everyone. Here we are again. Joy and I always look forward to Saturdays because we got to talk to you and share some of the fun things we did during the past week or the future and be educated on having a healthy lifestyle and the importance of wellness. Thank you to all our fans for joining us every Saturday. We love you. Please stick around for a whole hour of fun and entertainment. This is Sonia, your host for Now You're Talking with Sonia and Joy.
Happy Saturday. This is Joy, your co-host on KLAV 1230 a.m., the talk of Las Vegas. I'm here to remind you that we are broadcasting live every Saturday from 6 to 7 at KLAV1230am.com. Please call us, say hi, or talk about anything. Our number is 702-731-1230. You can also send us an email via our email address, which is, I'm sorry.
Now You're Talking show at gmail.com.
There you go.
And follow us
and
on Twitter.
Follow us on Facebook.
And Twitter.
And hashtag NYTS.
All
there
right.
you go. Hello, Sonia. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Saturday, I'm tired, but it's a beautiful Saturday, August 24th. It's about 90 degrees, and just like the weather, we are going to give you a great show. We have great guests today, right?
Right.
Yes.
Well, Joy, last week we had that amazing event where the extraordinary Dr. Joel Wallach was our speaker. It was an incredible event, and I learned so much once again, and I never get tired listening to him. And no matter how many times I have, it's always like the first time. I just love his lectures. So him coming to Las Vegas is truly a privilege. So we won't know when he'll be back in our city. So if you didn't go, Joy, you really missed out. He travels 360 days a year. So we're not going to know when he's coming back to Las Vegas.
Well, I'll catch him next time for sure.
Yeah.
Sonia, give me 2-week notice, okay?
You've said that before. Anyway, tonight I would like our fans to listen to this amazing interview with Dr. Peter Glidden talking about Youngevity products. Dr. Glidden is an outspoken advocate of holistic health. He has lectured to thousands of people over the last 2 decades. He delivers over 60 free lectures each year and is a regular speaker of Health Freedom Expo and Youngevity regional meetings. He has appeared on TV, is a regular guest host on Dead Doctors Don't Lie Health Talk radio program, and gives free weekly seminars via the internet. His new book, The MD Emperor Has No Clothes, is an eye-opening, groundbreaking, jaw-dropping exposition on the shortcomings of convention MD-directed medicine and the unrivaled excellence of holistic health supporting strategies. Also in the studio with us are Tony and Mavis Perry, who will talk about life insurance, and we will talk to them on the second half of the show. Here is the interview on Dr. Glidden talking about Youngevity products and the importance of health.
Hello, this is Blake Graham, Triple Diamond with Youngevity, and I'm here today with Dr. Peter Glidden. How are you today, Dr. Glidden?
Fantastic, Blake. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you. We're excited today to share with all of the people that are listening to this CD information on the products. Now, by this time, they probably heard the Best of Dead Doctors Don't Lie, or your CD on Who Made MDs King, and they're ready for some information specifically on products. So before we jump into that, I would like to give people some background on who you are and your experience.
Fantastic. Well, that's easy. I'm a licensed naturopathic physician I graduated from Bastyr University of Naturopathic Medicine in Seattle in 1991. Before that, I did my pre-med at the University of Massachusetts in Amherst. I graduated there in 1987, and that's an interesting story. I was doing my pre-med to be a conventional medical doctor, and it was 3 months before I was set to graduate in my senior year. I became very sick. I got sick, and nobody could help me. I had fever, I had chills, I couldn't keep anything down. I had a little bit of digestive upset. And I was going from bad to worse, and nobody could help me. The last 4 days of the illness, I was basically just languishing in bed. Now, I knew some people at the time who knew a naturopathic doctor who lived in the same town that I did, and irony of ironies, in 1987, there were only 2 naturopathic physicians in the entire state of Massachusetts.
Wow.
And one of them happened to live in the town that I lived in. It was a college town, right? Big university, number of big universities all around this town. So in any event, I'd been in bed for 4 days, more or less. I was carried into this doctor's office by 2 friends of mine. I'll never forget it. I had an arm around each of their shoulders. And this doctor, his office was up in an old building. They didn't have an elevator, and it was on the 2nd floor. I'll never forget walking up those long sets of stairs with an arm around each of my buddies, going to this doctor's office. And, I'll admit it, I was an arrogant pre-med student. That type of education kind of breeds that. And I didn't know who this guy was, and I didn't know what a naturopath was, but I was pretty sure he was a quack. But I had nothing to lose, right? And I trusted the advice of the friend who said I should go give this guy a try, so I did. So I met the doctor. He was like an old-fashioned country doctor. He's since become a good friend of mine. Put me on an exam table, poked around, drew some blood, asked me some questions, looked at a couple of books, asked me some more questions, scratched his chin, and gave me a medicine. He gave me a homeopathic medicine, and nothing happened. He scratched his chin, poked around again, asked me some more questions, gave me a different medicine, and about 2 minutes after I swallowed that second medicine, my entire body started shaking like a leaf. I went into the restroom and threw up this disgusting bilious sludge, probably about half a quart. It was a lot of stuff came out. And as soon as that stuff left my body, I felt like somebody had unrolled a Venetian blind from my toes all the way to my head. And hallelujah, I was cured.
Wow.
I was carried into the guy's office. I walked out of it. I went home. I slept for, 16 hours or something like that. I woke up the next day born again. And at that moment in time, everything in my brain changed. And I lost my prejudice. I kind of woke up to the wonderful potential of holistic medicine. And 4 months later, I was a freshman at Naturopathic Medical School where this doctor went.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a radical, life-changing event. And as fate would have it, when I was at Naturopathic Medical School for those 4 years, I had the distinct sense that I was in the right place at the right time, doing exactly the right thing, and it was some of the best 4 years of my life. It was just fantastic, my educational experience there.
Well, for only 2 doctors in the state, and one of them to be there at the time when you needed it, and you happened to need him at that time, call it destiny, call it divine intervention. It sounds like you were meant to be in this profession.
Absolutely, and you know what they say, how do you make God laugh? Tell him your future plans, right? I had no idea. So it was really a great thing, and so I'm a dyed-in-the-wool naturopathic physician based on personal experience, and so it's really been a very rewarding thing for me, and I can't be happier to be a naturopathic doctor.
As a naturopathic doctor, you do a lot with helping the body heal itself by giving it the right nutrients.
Absolutely. So naturopathic doctors, right, are the only doctors in the United States, it's the only physician level training that actually teaches science-based, medically verified, safe and effective alternatives to drugs and surgery. We're taught clinical nutrition. We're taught botanical medicine. We're taught homeopathy. We're taught hydrotherapy and old-fashioned naturopathic cleansing techniques. All of these techniques are designed with one goal. That goal is to support and promote the body's ability to fix itself. Let me tell you something. When you do that, remarkable, life-altering, positive things happen.
Now, as a naturopath, Dr. Glidden, you've also been involved in making sure that naturopathic doctors get approved in various states. You've been successful in 4 states already.
Yeah, this is a big thing that nobody really talks a lot about, and it's a problem in the United States because our access to health care is limited. As a naturopathic physician in the state of Washington, for instance, where I lived and worked for a number of years, I can deliver babies, prescribe drugs, order any diagnostic tests I want, do minor surgery, work in hospitals, and it's all covered by insurance. And I can legally refer to myself as a physician. If I was to do exactly the same thing in the state of Illinois, for instance, I'd be fined $5,000 and sent to jail for a year for practicing medicine without a license. So let's get this straight. Just by crossing state lines, all of a sudden, I become persona non grata and a danger to the community, and that's just nonsense. Currently, as of 2011, naturopathic medicine is licensed in 16 states only in the United States. The American Medical Association has a funded branch whose job it is to impede the licensure of naturopathic medicine in states where we are not licensed. It's a problem. Most people don't know about it, and Dr. Wallach has done a lot to get naturopathic medicine licensed in different states around the United States, as have I. It's a mission, because we are trying to change the way that medicine is practiced here and wake people up to the reality that their choices in medicine are limited.
Now, as a naturopathic physician, not only are you taught clinical nutrition, but you've also had a lot of experience in actually looking at supplements. Are all supplements created equal?
No, all supplements are not created equal, and this is a very good thing to talk about. The proof of the pudding is in the eating, and the devil is in the details. Nutritional supplements are, like chicken soup. The recipe is everything. The quality of the ingredients, how they're put together, how they're stored, how they're bottled. There are a number of variables that come into play that will make supplement A really good or really bad, depending on the recipe. Vitamin companies don't like me very much. I'm pretty well known in this industry, and I've been doing it for over 2 decades. I've come up with a questionnaire that I have the vitamin companies that I want to use their products. It's a questionnaire that I have them fill out. And it is designed for me to see exactly what their production methodology is, what their quality control procedures are, and the whole kit and caboodle. It's designed to help me objectively be able to assess how good their recipes are. I've checked over 200 vitamin companies in the last 20 years, and only 3 have passed my test. That's 3. 1, 2, 3. And the top dog, hands down, way out in front of everybody else, Youngevity.
So do the quality of the vitamins make a difference in the results that your patients see?
It's a big deal. The perfect example of this would be calcium. An average calcium supplement, even made by one of my top 3 companies, a good calcium supplement, if you're lucky, is going to be about 60% absorbable. Youngevity's calcium, 98% absorbable. There's a big difference between 60 and 98%, especially when we're talking about rebuilding bone, rebuilding cartilage, and jump-starting the body's ability to fix itself. You need to maximize as much as you can. You need to get in there as much as you can. And if you're going to spend hard-earned money on a nutritional supplement, you want as much bang for your buck as you can possibly get. So you want to have an excellent recipe that's easy to absorb and that produces consistent results. And I got to tell you something, nobody does it better than Dr. Wallach and Youngevity.